Hey, hello everyone, you're welcome to the channel. I'm Ugamadi, and this is the Nigerian Show, a program where we talk about Nigerians that have performed very well, either in a midweek game or on the in a weekend game. So today, we'll be talking about Victor Osimhen. You know, he scored again for Galatasaray, though they lost. He got a good goal, and one thing why I wanted to talk about Victor Osimhen is because there was someone on X I was looking at. It was only highlighting um poor all the misses that Victor Osimhen missed, you know, and the fact that he got a yellow card. But when Victor Osimhen scored, he said nothing about it. He kept quiet and was doing something else. And someone called him out as well to say, "You've been talking about all this. You've been talking about Victor Osimhen scoring. I mean, missing, not scoring goals and all that. But when he scored, you decided not to say anything. You know." And one thing I want to point out from that is that narrative is very important, and many people don't understand this in football. It's good to have the skill, which is important, and it's good to have the talent, you know, but you need that narrative around you. You need that positive, that I won't call it hype, but you need that positivity around you, positive words around talking about how great you are, you know. And so you scored again, and that's I think taking his goal tally to that should be 16 goals now, 17 goals now. Um, this season, no competition so far. So, first off, did you watch the game? What's your take on Victor Osimhen and his performance so far?
All right. Thank you so much. Firstly,
You know,
Victor Osimhen, Victor Osimhen is very unusual thing to miss
mhm,
clean chances like that. If
mhm,
you have been a good follower of Victor Osimhen, you realize that he's not a striker who like to miss much. In
mhm,
fact, he used to be very angry with himself if he misses very clean chances like he did yesterday.
mhm.
So what I really want to deduce is if Victor Osimhen is missing chances like this, maybe definitely it is or he is trying to or he is nursing some injury
Mhm.
that has he hasn't been fully recovered from. So
Yeah.
that is one. And
Mm.
again, in the match, nobody can tell. It is natural of a striker to have a bad game. We have seen the like of uh, Nicholas Jackson of Chelsea,
Mhm.
who is a very perpetual, or let me say,
You miss a
a
lot
very
of chances.
perpetual, yeah, a very perpetual misser who misses a lot of chances. So what do you want to say about that? We have seen the like of, even though earlier, Elibert Alan himself, sometimes he misses some chances that he should end them 3 points, but at least he's a striker and he's a human after all.
Mhm.
So Victor Osimhen misses chances doesn't have anything to do with his performance, and it doesn't have anything to do with category because he's up there with the like of Kylian Mbappe. He's up there with the like of Elibert Aland, and in fact, so Victor Osimhen, nothing really happened with that because Victor Osimhen himself is a very good striker. So
Yeah.
that's my take on that.
Okay.
And regarding Damola Ajayi,
Mhm.
Oyindamola Ajayi, the Tottenham youngster who scores on a Champions League debut. So it's quite lucky of him because we see this guy playing, they play like yes, they are ready to take their time and use it.
Mhm.
But in terms of eligibility, if you have to study it clearly, if you have to study the trend, we should have seen something happening now in England in terms of brewing Nigerian eligible players.
Mhm.
Decade ago, we see the like of the like of Noni Madueke, Tammy Abraham, Adarabioyo. We see the like of Tammy Abraham, yes, Tosin. This Tomori, Fikayo Tomori, um, Kaneshuku Emeka. So all of these Nigerian eligible players, they grow up just like them, and they ended up not playing for the Nigerian Super Eagles. So if one day or in the future Damola Ajayi decided not to play for Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
we shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be really mad about that or take time of that because we have seen the like of so many players who are even great now. And then at the end of everything, those players they are left with nothing. No Tammy Brown was there, no England call up anymore. The same thing applicable to what was it called? Fikayo Tomori, same as many of them. But so if we can, I said it earlier, if we can be in close contact with all these players, trying to seduce them, to lure them to Africa, to awaken the passion in them. So it's going, and we can do this through the media by, persistently talking about them. That is what I do a lot because I realize that all these players, they see, they read, they have phones, they read internet, so they know who is talking about them and they know why. So all of this is going to be awakening the passion. We can't just say because Oyinda Mola is a Nigerian, let us wait. Or if we wait, we are going to lag. And if we lag, the British or the English football team, they are going to take
Mm-hmm.
advantage of that. So all these players, they are still in their development stage regarding the score. So yet they are still in their development stage. We can't just labeling them perfect, good like that. So we don't know. In the next game, they may have a bad game also. So, but for now, we should keep our eyes on them. They are players to scout on. They are players to monitor, especially for the Nigerian media. So that's my take about Damola Ajayi. Regarding Chuba Akpom, I realized that he is now 29 years old and
Mm-hmm.
is a supporting striker, the second striker in Ajax, who is a dynamic forward also. He can play as a right wing, a striker, a left wing. So my general idea about Chuba Akpom is very clear because he has been on the Nigeria trail for a very long time, but he was very unlucky to be called by the Nigerian Super Eagles. And but now he's a 29 years old striker. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think Nigeria will want to go for somebody of his age. We have so many youngsters that we should groom in that position. So for the like of Akwa Adams, who recently signed for Sevilla, or you have Tolu Arokodare, who have been in best performance over the last 2 years, but
Mm-hmm.
yet has not been called. So many young strikers like that. I don't think Chuba Akpom is one of the players we should be talking about or relating to the Nigerian Super Eagles now.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, I think you've raised some valid points. Um, with respect to Dabola Ajayi, I followed him a bit. Since some goals he scored for Spurs and he scored for Spurs yesterday in their Europa League game, so that was very good as well. But one thing that I think we have that Nigeria lacks or has been lacking is actually having this foundational link or contact with these players. Because in the interview I'll play for us to see very soon, to have this foundational link, you know, uh, um, with these players whilst they are growing up in their 16s, in their 17s, to have that contact with them because from 16 years, 17 years, they're already playing for the under 17 of England or Germany or Holland, whichever country it is. And then sometimes, and that is the best time to get them. But when you wait 19, 20, sometimes you begin to get words in their ears. I'll tell you this thing. I'll tell you this. There was a football match I was watching. I think it was when Solanke was playing. Is it under 20? I think in that for England, Dominic Solanke when he was playing for England. I think in that team they had about two or three other players eligible to play for Nigeria. I think Tomori was in that group. There's some
Yes.
other ones as well, about three or so of them in that group. And the commentator, of course, usually when they run commentary for football matches, whether it's Premier League or international matches, you have two commentators. One is either is an ex-player, then one is the journalist. So
Okay.
while the game was going on, we were talking, and then the journalist commentator started speaking, started speaking to the ex-player. I think Danny Mills, he used to be former right back for England and right back for Man City and Leeds United, I think. So we're talking about these players. They're eligible to play for Nigeria. They're eligible to, apart from England, they're fantastic players. But what can we do? That from an English perspective, what can we do to make sure these players commit to us and play for us? Which is fair because everyone you want talent that's able to play for you. You want to do your best to get it. So that's a fair question. No problem with that question.
Exactly.
But then Danny Mills goes on to say, and these players, why would they want to? I'm paraphrasing now. Why would they want to go and play for Nigeria? What can you achieve playing for Nigeria? The best thing you can win maybe is AFCON, the African Cup of Nations, but even at that, that is not really anything to win and all that kind of things. So you can see from the sort of messaging how they make players feel, and they'll go to the ego of the player because if someone is able to make you feel like AFCON is not really a tournament, a big tournament for you to win, meanwhile, AFCON should rank at par, at least ranks at par with Euros, with Copa America, with what they call them, the continental competition in North America. It should rank at par all the continental tournaments. So you can see if this kind of messaging, go on, yeah,
AFCON. Okay. Sorry to cut you from there.
yeah, yeah,
AFCON is equivalent to uh Euro and the other continental cups.
yeah, true, and
They
that's the
they
point.
they they, they are wholly playing a mind game to diminish the value of AFCON. They knew
Exactly,
it. The
exactly.
new AFCON is a ticket time bomb. It will one day become one of the best continental league they ever played. They watch it. They love it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes. In fact, I could say
Yes,
AFCON is more popular than more popular, more famous, and watched than the South American Cup
yeah,
played
that
by the
and
Brazilian,
yeah,
Argentinian.
the what they call
Yes,
it now, the Copa America. So
yes. The new Africa Cup is very famous and is very good, but they will never say this because they don't want to market a cup that doesn't belong to their continent. It is very unfair.
true,
So they are going to,
and so the point I'm making is that two things I'll talk about something you just mentioned, and then I'll also talk about um try to make the point as in respect to that psychological battle is something you have to fight against. So that's when people say, "Oh, this player is arrogant. Oh, Tosin is arrogant. He doesn't want to play for Nigeria." Are you sure that he's just arrogant? Why don't you have Moroccan players arrogant? When Morocco they go for their players who have done nationality, why don't you hear
yes,
that they're arrogant? You don't hear that. When Brazil
yes,
goes for their dual nationality players, you don't ever hear, oh, this they're arrogant, they don't want to they commit and they play. You know. So when when Congo goes for their dual nationals, you don't hear, oh, this person is arrogant and this person is doesn't want to play for us. They commit, they play. It is the steps you take. How do you approach these boys? I speak from
exactly.
experience because I've not mentioned their names here because I've had some top level academy boys coming slide into my DM and we're having a chat and some of them they even tell me the part of Nigeria their father is from. My dad is from such and such a place. They if someone can come to tell me who doesn't have any power that, just because of one or two interactions I have with them, you can imagine if the NFF step up and actually say, boom, we're going for these guys. And then on the other side of things as well, where that is very important, is okay, if you talk about a foreign base are arrogant or foreign base is difficult to get, why is it that Akko Adams, you've not invited him before? He is just, to the best of my knowledge, he has only Nigerian citizenship. So you want to play for Nigeria. So why haven't you invited him? When you put your Obasi, a very talented, gifted youngster, you've not invited that one. So what is the issue there? So right now I would
Okay.
like to play an interview, right? I think it's Omo Akatuba. Probably you was a followed
Okay.
it. So an interview he had with Chuba Akpom. I think
He's a
Chuba
very good
Akpom,
brother of mine.
I think he's 29 years old. And even if he's not that young, he can be somebody that can be useful. Maybe invited, maybe not. But there are certain things he said in that interview that I think whether or not you're inviting him or not is important for the NFF to take to consider. It's very important for them to consider, for them to take seriously. So I would share screen. I'll share the screen now, just in a minute. And I'll share via this one. And then hopefully it can come up here. And put this here.
Okay.
So can you see it now? Yeah. So
Yes.
I'll see if I can play this from there. Where is it now? I'll play it.
Hi, Chuba. Like Shino asked, at 2019, you declared your allegiance for Nigeria. Between then and now, we've not heard you being called up to the Super Eagles. What do you think is the reason?
I don't have a clue. I don't. Maybe like there's a lot of good strikers, of course, but I think for the nation to progress, it needs to be on merit. The players that are performing well need to be selected, and I try to give 100%. And I've been waiting since 2019. I switched allegiances a long time ago, but if it happens, it happens. If not, I'll just keep working hard.
Did you at any point consider England first? Because we have a situation where players put their European nations first, and when that chance don't come, then they say, I want to play for Nigeria.
Yeah, but listen, let me clarify this. Yeah, this is for all the young English players and whatever. When you grow up in England, you play for England under 16s, under 17s, under 18s, under 19s, all the way up to under 21s. We never have the chance of playing for Nigeria under 16s, under 17s, under 18s. You know what I mean? It's only when you start to break through in the first team that Nigeria will come and say, come and play for our nation. So it's not that the players are just switching over because they can't play for England. It's just that they haven't had the opportunity to play for Nigeria from a young age because they play in England and they're playing for England from the youth levels all the way up. So of course I'm a Nigerian boy and I would love to play for Nigeria, but I just haven't had the chance to. That's all. So yeah.
Okay, final question because of Victor. Mikel B said if you want to play for Nigeria, do it early, not when you're 27, 28, 29. Do you feel it be attacked by such a statement because you're in that age bracket?
I don't feel attacked because, like I just said, we don't have the chance to play for Nigeria from a young age. I was never approached, when I was young to play for Nigeria.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah. So for me, that's something crucial there is when they are this 16, when they are this 17, they are eager. A lot of these players are eager to play for Nigeria. A lot of them are eager because I've had discussions with a lot of players who are, when they were 17, who they are 18. I look at them now. Sometimes I even forget I've even spoken to those players. And I say, this player, remember this guy? He spoke to me and I checked and I see the chat. I see the messages we had, the discussions we had. I look at this player, So it's that thing of stepping up and engaging with these people at this young age when they're growing up. A very easy. I know could have played for Nigeria. I know he could have played for Nigeria under Gennett Rowe. When Gennett Rowe and was the name of the NFF chairman, president at that time, forgotten his name. He's either from Delta, forgotten his name.
Okay, Amaju Pinnick.
Amaju Pinnick, exactly. They came to England. A lot of boys came and trained with them. Very easy was one of them. He wore even a Nigerian shirt, though he didn't get on the pitch to play anything, but he wore a Nigerian shirt and all that. was willing. So that shows you the sign that he would have been easy if you say, okay, we want to give you this cap, we want to progress this quickly for you to play,
Yes,
play for Nigeria. It would have been something that would have worked, but
yes.
he had no follow up on these players. And a lot of people like to say these things that really it doesn't really get me upset, but it keeps me confused. So why do you have to beg this player? You're not begging anybody. If at the end of the day you do your best and the player says no, I'm happy my father is from Nigeria, but me, I'm English, I'm German, I'm this. Fine, you've done your best, and that's it. But why I don't agree when people say these players are arrogant, because one, other countries have done it. Morocco, Congo, they've done it. They've got players who've done nationality to switch and play for them. Algeria, they've done it. So if other countries are able to do it, I don't think Nigerian players with Nigerian origin or heritage are suddenly more arrogant than any other person. It's just you have to interact with them when they are that young age, when they are growing up. Let them at least, even if you're not saying come to play for us as a 15-year-old, but at least at that young age, they know that okay, this football federation, this country, they care about me, they care about my progress, they care about
Exactly.
what's going on in my life. It's not when I'm a supposedly star now, they want me to play for them. And you have to understand one thing is that they have a lot of voices and voices in their head. What you learn. Oh, Nigeria is not a good country. They're not organized. There's corruption. You have a lot of things. Growing up, and then sometimes if you don't have anybody giving you an alternate view, it's very difficult for your mind to be tainted. So that's one thing I think it was important to listen to that interview. So that we get to understand that sometimes it's not that these players don't want to play. Of course, there are some that don't want to play, like Kevin Shada. I know that one. He doesn't want to play. When I did my research, I found that his father is even the parent that is Nigerian, but he has come up to say he knows his father is from Nigeria, but all his interest is to play for Germany. So if someone comes up and says that, okay, this one has committed to playing for this country, and then you know that. So I wonder what your thoughts are on the interview.
Okay, what I can really deduce from there is very simple. Chuba Akpom made a very clinical explanation regarding young English players.
Mhm.
So, and I think this is let me say, it's like a clue for the Nigeria Football Federation to make an adjustment in
Mhm.
terms of recruiting. Uh, Now, we shouldn't wait for them to grow until they are 24, 25 before we approach them. So
Mhm.
it is high time now we should start approaching them immediately they are playing for the under 18, 17, 20. So if they can, if we can from there seize like two or three English Nigerian players from under 20, from England under 20, and if
Mhm.
we can integrate them or incorporate them into the Nigerian under 21, under 22 at least. Yes, we can assure them that, or they can be assured that in the future they are going to play for this um, Nigerian national team, and
Yeah.
this is also going to increase their confidence that at least I play for Nigeria under 21, so it's very easier for me to go into the first team
Mhm.
when I'm doing well in my club level. So Super Aqua made a very critical point, which we should take into consideration, especially for the Nigeria football or governing bodies.
Mhm.
So this is my point on that.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. And
You
then
are welcome.
there's something I saw from the report I saw with respect to um, Tolu Arukudare. Now, I
Okay.
want to hear your thoughts on it. With respect to saying that he's been linked to Benfica, but I don't think that will, in my mind, I don't think that will happen because this is February. I mean, this is January, and the window will soon be shut for this window. So I don't know if it will happen this window or maybe it happens in the summer. So in one of my videos, I addressed it. I gave my opinion, which was, I think it's a good move for him if it comes. If it comes that he wants to play for that Benfica making an offer for him, I think he should go because all we want to see is progress. He's playing in the Belgian league for Genk. So the next level, I think the Portuguese league is slightly better than the Belgian league. So if he goes there, that's progress. As he's going higher, he face tougher competition. Of course, he will earn more for himself and his family, and then as well, he'll get to play in the top competition, and then get the opportunity to play in the Champions League as well. Therefore, put himself in the shop window, and all that. And then as well, the conclusion I made, and then the question I put in the comment section was, what does that mean? Does that mean he now becomes the at least third choice striker behind Victor Osimhen and Victor Boniface? Or what do you think? First of all, what are your thoughts on the reported links to Benfica, and what do
Okay.
you think is the implication for Tolu Akoro Alukodare?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Regarding its link to Benfica, I will take that as a mere interest,
Mm-hmm,
an approach from Benfica. You know, all these clubs, they can be very tricky sometimes. They will first of all make an approach to for you to know that yes, they are really luring to bring you to that team.
okay.
So
Mm-hmm,
regarding to Kodari transfer, it's going to be very complicated because he has made his mind that when he's leaving, though this I don't know, I can't really quote this statement, but I'm sure that he has made his mind that when he leaves Genk and
okay.
Belgium, he is going straight to a very top flight club who are competing for trophies in
Okay.
England, Germany, Spain, and so and the rest.
Okay.
So Tolaro Kodare owns decline an offer from Trump Zonspor. If you could remember, they
Yeah.
immediately Paul Onuachu left the club. So they are looking for a replacement for Paul Onuachu, and they believe that it is Tolu Arokodare that is best for this position because Genk and Trump Zonspor, I think they have a very cordial relationship.
Okay.
So they want Tolu Arokodare to replace Paul Onuachu, and he declined immediately that it's not going to Turkey, even though if it's going to Turkey, not that club. So
Yeah.
immediately they realize that give them such attitude, they recall their legend, which is Anthony Nwakaime,
Okay.
who is yes, they recall him back from they recall him on a free transfer back to the club. So Solaro Kodare has indirectly made his stance that he's not going to any club that is below his bar because Genk already is a very big club in Belgium, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure if Solaro Kodare should leave Genk, which is going to leave this summer because clubs are lining up for him already in England.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing some interest. I couldn't remember, but yes, I've been seeing some interest from Premier League clubs for Toro Arokodare.
Okay.
So should he leave Genk today? I'm sure he's going to Spain, Germany, or England.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see Tolu Arokodare leaving to Turkey or Argentina this transfer window. I don't see him leaving Genk this transfer window. Regardless, he is one of the top scoring goal scorer in Turkey. I mean in Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
He can't just live like that when he has a golden boot in sight. So it's not, yes. So that's my take on Tolu Arokodare. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I thank you so much for that. I think you made some really, really, really valid points. First off, you don't have to rush to anywhere. You don't have to run to anywhere. You know, you don't have to run to anywhere. Oh, nice in France. Nah. Same wearing. Thanks for your message. If you're watching from France, that's great. That's great. So for me, the point you've made, which is very good, is that one, you don't have to rush. Well, I'll take away from that. You don't have to rush to any league because they've made offers for you or obviously offered you more money than where you are. You have to look at your own career trajectory, what you want to achieve, the kind of club you're
Yes.
going to, what can you do, what can you achieve with that club. And then for me, I think in Portugal, there's Sporting Lisbon, there's Porto, and then there's Benfica. So these are the three top clubs in Portugal that they're always between the three of them. They either go for champ, they qualify for the European spots are usually shared between the three of them. So Europa League, Champions League,
Yes.
and then the fourth place team downwards usually will fight for the Conference League or whatever. That so, and then he can compete if he indeed goes there. He can compete for the league. If it's Turkey, for me, all those, with due respect, all those sport, Trabzonspor, Atalanyaspor, all those clubs, they will pay you well, but if you want to win something, if you don't want your status to drop, that's not where you go to. If you want to go to any club in Turkey, there are only two of them, mainly two of them. Galatasaray, where we have Victor Osimhen in at the minute, and you'll be stupid to go to Galatasaray as a striker, any striker right now to go to Galatasaray because you'll be stuck on the bench. You're not
Yes.
coming on that bench.
Are you aware? Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Are you
Yeah.
aware that Besiktas from Turkey, they are also on a still. They want his hand in the signature, so to sign for the
Sign
club.
for
And I'm yeah, Besiktas, and I'm sure
Yeah.
that it declined immediately also.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you should decline it as well. And then the second club, because for me, I only see two. Then there's Fenerbahce, which, okay, you can have that competition. But then again, for me, I think those are the two clubs if you're going to Turkey. But I would more rather, if I'm advising a player, if I'm advising Tolu Arokodare, so Tolu Arokodare, if by any chance you're watching this stream, which I don't know if it's possible, but Germany, if you go to Germany, maybe RB Leipzig, Bayer Leverkusen, those sort of clubs, or even Hoffenheim, you have eyes on you, and that will suit your style of play, your style of football as well.
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt as well, because why Frankfurt is good, it's good you mentioned it. Frankfurt, I don't know what it is about Frankfurt, but they always know how to make their strikers look good and get on good form. There was Sabas, is this Halle, the
Yes.
Ivorian striker. He went there, he got a big money move to West Ham. Then you had who went there? Umar Mamouche. Umar Mamouche went there. Hello, Byram, how you doing? Then you have Omar Mamouche. Omar Mamouche was
Also
there.
in the
Yeah, go on.
okay.
Go on.
Yeah, you are right. Also in the case of um these Nottingham Forest, Nigerian Nottingham Forest striker Taiwo Awoniyi.
Yeah,
You remember he was on loan to Union Berlin in Germany when Nottingham Forest acquired him.
yeah.
You could
Because I think
remember. Yeah,
Liverpool loaned him rather to Union Berlin.
to Union Berlin.
Yeah,
He was there performing so well. Just Union Berlin in Germany. And
yeah,
from there, Nottingham Forest buying from there.
exactly. So you see, Germany is
So
a good
I
landing
think it's a very good advice also to go to Germany.
Yeah, it's a very good landing spot. And then Byram, I hope I'm getting your name right. Byram Ali says Victor is the best, bro. I agree, 100%. I agree because each time I see people criticizing Victor Osimhen, I say, well, number one, he's human. So as human beings, we all have mistakes, we all have errors, we are fallible, we are not perfect. That's why we are human beings. We're not. That's why we are not any sort of deity. We are human. But when it comes to football, when it comes to being an all-round striker, Victor Osimhen is an all-round striker. I'll say this story, and that's why I keep on with this channel. I was watching one YouTube video, trying to, all these highlight videos and things. I'm talking about Victor Osimhen. And then the guy was going on saying Victor Osimhen is a good striker, but he doesn't have variety in his finishing. What is this guy talking about? And as I was watching the video, he said Victor Osimhen only likes to take shots. He cannot chip players. He cannot. Few moments afterwards, in his own video, a clip came up where Victor Osimhen chipped the goalkeeper. I say, you can see you're trying to deceive the public with your video, but your video has arrested you. So Victor Osimhen is an all-round striker because he's powerful, he's spacey, and he's ready for the fight. And it's somebody that has that leadership mentality, has that leadership spirit. He's the one person that when you see if someone misses a goal, you see Victor Osimhen, he pulls the person up, he encourages the person, he encourages the crowd. People don't know the effect and impact that has on players, have on a team, have on the fans. They don't know the impact that that kind of spirit has. And people don't understand. After DJ Drogba, I've not seen anybody like that until we come to Victor Osimhen. We've had so many African strikers, strikers that are good strikers, but you see that leadership, that strength, that can occupy an entire defense by himself. There's only Victor Osimhen. Haaland, if you see the way Rudiger dealt with Haaland, he came close to him, Haaland. He came close to him, put pressure on him, Haaland disappeared. But if you do that with Victor Osimhen, he's going to put you in trouble. So for me, I agree with you, Byram. Victor Osimhen is, for me, he is one of the best strikers. At least I'll put him in the top 10, in my opinion. Because for me, you can see Harry Kane. Yeah, Harry Kane finishing, in terms of finishing, is slightly better than Victor Osimhen, but he lacks physicality, he lacks the pace, he lacks that aggression, and he lacks what I call that finishing in the air. His head is not that good in terms of finishing in the air. But when it comes to finish on the ground, left to right foot, I give that Kane. So who else can you call? Maybe Lewandowski. And Lewandowski, even if you're calling Lewandowski, it's more because of nostalgia. What he did when he was at Dortmund, what he did when he was at Bayern, and then the little things he did at Barcelona. But when you put them striker for striker, are you really going to pick Lewandowski over Victor Osimhen? I don't really think so. Who else are you going to bring? Is it Lukaku? Well, Lukaku is not better than Victor Osimhen for sure. So who is the other striker? So like Victor Osimhen is the best. I think for me, he's among the top three strikers in the world. Now, I want us to talk about this player. I know a lot of people watch this channel and they get tired of me talking about the player, but I can't stop myself talking about the player because he's gifted and he's talented. And I think he just played his last game for Beyond Limits, I think, a couple of days ago, joining Leo's shoe. He scored a goal and set a goal up for his brother. That's Ari Parabo. I hope I'm getting his name right. Ari Parabo set a goal up for his brother, Itania. And that was the last game for Beyond Limits. And he's going to Leo's shoe. How good do you think it can be? Or is it that good? Or am I the one just overhyping and talking about it? What do you think about Ari Bravo? And how well do you think he can perform for the club, Leo's?
Ari Parabo is a very wonderful player. We have seen what he did in WAFU, West Africa Federation Cup. We have seen what he does, what he did. He's a very wonderful young star, in fact. And I'm sure that if not because of the clause that a 20 years old player cannot leave is it 20 years or 18? Cannot leave that.
I think it's when you're 18, that's when you can leave. You can't leave before you're 18. It's 18 when you can leave.
Else, I'm sure that clubs will have been lining up for him the way they have been lining up for Danny Daga. Yes. Because Ari Parabo, if you see him play, he plays exactly with aggressiveness, just like Victor Osimhen. With aggressiveness, and he's very technical in his with his footwork. He's very technical. If you watch him play, if you watch one of his goal, he's very proactive, very offensive aware, and
Yeah,
and he's very good in positioning.
yeah.
I, I have seen so much of his characteristics, and in fact, I'm tired of comparing him with Victor Osimhen because this boy is becoming, in fact, he's becoming good every day by day and every game by game. Ari Parabo is one of the young stars we should hold. At least, if possible, we can incorporate him in the Super Eagles. It's not bad.
For sure. I agree
Yes,
with
just, just for encouragement and for others, for the NPFL players that yes, if you do well, this is what will happen. This is where you are coming to. So it's
yeah,
going to be as
I
a
agree.
source of motivation and
I agree.
inspiration
I
for
agree.
them.
100%. I agree. Because what some people don't know is some people saw Ronaldo da Lima. They saw him at Atlanta 96, and then they also saw him France 98. But not many people realize that Ronaldo da Lima R9 was in that USA 94 squad. A lot of people don't know that. He was in that squad. He didn't play. I think he played the game, but he was in that squad. And why is it? Why was that important? Because he got to get the feel of how to train with experienced players like your Romarios and all, how to train with Bebeto, how to train, how to comport yourself, how to manage yourself as a professional, and then you're not, because you don't have the pressure at that time that you must perform. You have people ahead of you who are bearing the pressure, who will bear that pressure of performing, of having to perform, of having to score a goal, of having to assist. They have that pressure, on them. You just come, you're just there, you're learning off them, and all that. And I think that is one thing we are missing out with Harry Bravo. Because a lot of times when I talk about the people say, oh, he should be, oh, he's too young, he should be on the bench, some say he should play for Remo Stars team first. If he's that good, he should play for Remo Stars team first. As their senior team, before they can say he should play for the team, for the Super Eagles. And for me, I think this is the right time to integrate him into the Super Eagles. And this is my reason is this. You have Victor Osimhen, you have Victor Boniface, if they invited them in Kenya, you have him there, you have to know, of course, who they invited these players, you have them there. He can just come in, be part of that team. No pressure whatsoever. 10 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go, if Nigeria is winning 3-0, 4-0, or even 2-0, you can come up with them. Some games may not even need to come up. But as far as you become part of the system, so the moment Victor Osimhen maybe he gets injured or anything, you are there as an option. By the time all these players become old, you have enough experience to fit in without without coming in as with this feeling of you're like a rabbit in headlights where suddenly you're young
Yes,
you've never played in the national team, you've never been at that level, and suddenly you're the one that has the entire pressure on you to perform. And all the likes of Victor
exactly.
Osimhen maybe by then are tired, Boniface will be heading towards retiring as well, and then you're now stuck in that place. But if you've had experience, if you've grown in the team, you've learned how to be part of the national team at that level. When you get to that point where you're 22, 23, it's no longer a shock. It's no longer you're no longer feeling that heavy pressure on you anymore. You just go seamlessly and have to play very well. There's a name you mentioned that I want to have a discussion with me about, and that is Daniel Berger. He's made his moves to one of the big clubs in Norway. FC Molde, he's gone there, joined them, and hopefully he gets to play. So I want to know what your thoughts are on before I go to him. I'll say something about him, but I think about that of his job with Nilstrom. Nilstrom, I think, is a very good landing spot, especially if you're just leaving Nigeria. As a young player. Newsroom is a good landing spot. And why do I say that? A lot of Nigerian players have gone through there now. Power Adams has gone to Serbia now. That's where he went to, and he performed very well there. He went to Montpellier, and then now has gone to. I think that is a good landing spot for him, and hopefully he will get the game time there. And just like this guy that went to the Norwegian Cup, he played for the academy for a bit, and then now all this he's played a couple of games for them. So, want to know your thoughts on Daniel Daga? How do you think as a player if you see him playing? How do you think as a player? And what do you think about his move to Molde FC? Do you think it's a good move? Do you think he should have another club? What are your thoughts in general?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Regarding Daniel Daga, his move to Mode FK has been finalized
Mm-hmm.
6 to 7 months ago.
Yeah.
So he was only on loan to Yimba FC after his second phase of season 2023 to 2024. So Daniel Daga is just like Arif Parabo. He started from the Nigeria under 18, and I'm sure, see, all the scouts, they found the best player for their team when you are playing for under 18, 19, 20. Seriously, it is not until you started playing for domestic league. No, our players were easily found by scouts when they are in under 18, 19, 20. That is the case of Danny Daga. Danny Daga is a very proactive midfielder or defensive midfielder,
Mm-hmm.
very, very visionary player. Is very good on the skills with what's it called? Ball carrying, interception. He do
Mm-hmm.
something exactly the same like Chelsea's Moses Caicedo.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in the same category because the another guy also have the aggressiveness. He will mark you no matter what, trying to collect the ball, interception, just like Kante, and the same thing as Alazan Yusuf. They have
Okay.
things like that in common.
Mm-hmm.
The only person who is different in this area is Rafael Oyendika because Rafael Oyendika plays exactly like Mikel Lubi. He doesn't like too much tackling, but he's very skilled with vision. He's very good. He's a game reader. I've
Mm-hmm.
I've been on Rafael Oyendika since when he was in Michelin,
Okay. Midland, yeah.
Yes, Midland.
Yeah.
I've been on him since then, and he's a very good player. He, I even duped him, or what do you call the Mikel Obi region. Then I give him the name. So regarding Arif Arabo also have been in this step, and trust me, next year, next 2 years, he won't be in this country anymore, playing in the domestic league because he has the potential and he has practicalized that, exercised that in under 20, under 21, I mean under 18, 17, and 20. So he's a good to go. He's a good to go player.
Yeah. Korabo has already moved. He should be moving anytime soon to Lillestrøm in Norway.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
He's
I
going there.
remember.
And I think he would do well there because his style of play, his pace, his aggressiveness, his goal scoring as well. And once again, I want to say something about the Nigeria award. When I say this is that Nigeria, we should,
Okay.
it's not only a Nigerian team for us to promote our players, other countries should, other media people should, but it is our responsibility because if we don't do it right, we can't expect other people to do it right. Because I'm watching this video, you know, where they were showing highlights of Bravo. And usually for that channel, what they do is it's a very good channel, honestly. I'm not saying a bad channel, very good channel. So before they will go to the next um and actually show the players highlights, they'll show his attributes. So they put pace, of course, athleticism, of course. But then when they now think that they now had weaknesses, Then I came down and they said weakness is not participation outside the box. And
No
I'm like,
outstanding weakness.
so that is part of his weakness. That he doesn't participate. He
Okay.
doesn't really get involved in the play. He's not in the box. No. I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure. And again, in the same video, they showed him running with the ball from around the halfway line towards the box. So I said, does this not count as participating in the play outside of the box? So sometimes people mischaracterize players and things like that. But that's why it's important for the
This
job you're doing when you're talking about players. Very good at
this misprofiling.
Is it?
This misprofiling of players
Yeah.
is it can be basically attributed to the discrepancy between a sports journalist and a video editor,
Mm-hmm.
because a sports journalist will usually follow his players. Yes, you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to know his characteristic, ability, everything is pitch activity, all of it. So a what do you call a game? I mean, a video editor will only watch the videos and edit without
Mm-hmm.
any technical insight
Yeah.
of the game. So Harry Farabo is, if you won't believe that, I'm sure you are aware of the game against Ghana
Mm-hmm.
in the last waffle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, as a sub, he scored 3 goals as a sub, and also he scored in the final. He's a very incredible player. How
Yeah.
can he score from there without entering the box?
And there's this game. This is his last game because I watched bits of it. They played against, is it Bagada FC? I think it's Bagada FC they played. Beyond Limits played against Bagada FC. And the thing he scored was way outside the box. It was almost, I would say, 25 yards out. Took a good shot over the keeper's head into the net. Wonderful player. Good goal, and I wish him all the best. He will do well at Lillestrøm. I think that's a good place to go. So you know that you have the time to play men's football. After a year, I guarantee that he should have either head to France or head to Germany. One of these two transfers. I think, because I think he's that good. He is that good. For viewers and audience, I want to subscribe to the channel, but I want to also say this. If you are a proprietor of an academy, I always say, if you're a proprietor of any academy, grassroots academy,
I'm using my
and you, is it? Yeah, if you're a proprietor of any academy, let me know in the comment section. If you know someone who is the proprietor of any academy, work with them, drop it in the comment section.
Please come again.
Is it? I can say again, okay?
Your question again.
Okay. It's not a question. I'm just informing the audience. What I'm saying is, if there are any grassroots academy people, publicity that will need sort of support, let me know in the comments. You as well, let me know. I'd like to work with these people and try to, support them in any way that I can. One thing is, you can have all the talent in the world, which is the one thing, the ability, the skills, and all that. If no one is telling your story, it's a little bit difficult. It's more difficult. So, I can support, support people. And now, thinking about going back to that, this is going to sound crazy. I say this, and I know people. There's one player I always people say I don't like him. So when I say this now, just I don't like the player. So, I want to say this. We have Cristiano Ronaldo, but for me, it should be. We have it should be Nyedika, of course. This will be the Frank Oyeka to become to be in that midfield, and the chill goes without formation. But then after that, the next step will be that we will on standby. Speaking of Galatasaray, is this crazy of me to think? Crazy of me to be a standby there? What are your thoughts? Because I think that can be a good player that best get to the team, but on standby, if any, he can come in. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, your question again, please.
Now, talking about Daniel. So,
Okay.
in relation to the question is, I know, for instance, we have if Eric Chell goes with 4-3-2, 4-3-1 formation, and we go with let's say Frankie, I'm not from car, we go with what is it? We go with we go with Constantine as the first three central midfielders for that in that formation. Now, and I think Daniel Daga good enough, the next player on standby to come into that role and also taking the spot of someone like Alex Iwobi. My question is that a crazy thought, or what do you think about that? Is that good enough to be part of a staff to be on standby?
Daniel Daga, he hasn't earned his call up
Okay,
sincerely. He's still a very young player
okay,
who is coming from the NPFL, then
okay,
moving to Mode FK.
yeah,
So let us see his development in the next 3 months.
okay,
Yeah, because he hasn't played any or much of it or official games with Mode
mm-hmm.
because now they are still playing friendly. So Daniel Aga has the potential. Truly, he has the potential to be there with the Super Eagles on the standby.
Yeah,
But we have tons of players. Nigerians are everywhere. And
true,
if I should tell you another defensive midfielder who is better than Daniel Aga, that's another thing.
okay.
So
So,
yeah, for instance, in the case of Ibrahim or Olawoyin, who plays for Rice in
yeah,
Turkey. You remember it is a Nigerian international who earned a call up
mm-hmm.
from Finidi. He played exactly the same role as Alex Iwobi,
Yeah,
and
mm-hmm.
yeah, he have the same game style,
Yeah.
football
But
style
don't you
as
think, I can interrupt you there a bit, but don't you think that Olawunyi is not a central midfielder? Only thing is more of people are going by the thought that every day will go with 4-1-2, right?
talking about defensive midfielders now.
Yeah, what I talked about was
Yeah,
defensive.
yeah.
Olawunyi,
Today,
wouldn't
I
you be
think
looking at that strikers?
yes, I think about before now. Wilfred indeed is currently injured,
Yeah,
and if that recovery came late, it won't feature in the next call up for the Super Eagles. So in this situation, the alternative the alternative should be Frank Oyenka of who
okay,
is currently on loan
okay, to
to
Osborne, is it? Yeah,
Osborg. Yes, Frank Oyenka is also a natural defensive midfielder, just that sometimes he is mobile. He's mobile, just like N'Golo Kante. Oyenka can go anywhere in
yeah.
front and back. Yes,
And
he's very
you
energetic.
need to be mobile. You need to be mobile in
Yes,
this situation because if the little research I've done about scale is easy to go
okay.
by, you need to be mobile and aggressive in that role. That is what I think. He will be kind of he misses out. Why I think he misses out is this. And everybody's going to say, I don't like him. I like him, but why did he doesn't have the energy to play in any of those central? And one role where
No, not
he
that.
one role where he can play in is at the head behind the two strikers. And for me, you can go with someone like Ademola because Ademola Lookman is better. He's more skillful, he has more range, he can come up with more assists and be more effective than he will be. Then if you can now have, let's say, Boniface, Osimhen, him, main striker, then I struggle to see where you put who in. That's just those are my thoughts.
If we are to shape if we are to reconstruct the Nigeria Super Eagles squad or formation
Yeah,
to 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 obtain Alex Iwobi, it's
yeah.
very simple because once we have the resources, that is the players, the only thing we need is give him one CM and one DM, one central midfielder and one defensive midfielder.
Okay.
Put Alex Iwobi in a free role because it's very fluid. He can move to the left wing, to AM, to SS, and to the right wing. You can see what he's doing currently in the Premier League with Fulham. Alex Iwobi is now, in fact, one of the best Nigerian player in one or the best Nigerian player in Premier League right now because of his fluidity. Alex Iwobi have the technicality to score and create chances and assist at the same time. So the only thing he lacks is tracking back. Alex Iwobi is a very he wasn't blessed with that stamina to mark roughly like a defensive midfielder. So we can't exhaust his potential. So to maintain that, we have to push him forward behind the striker or in attacking midfielder role. So as a free in that free role, just to collect the ball, then disperse it. So that one is enough for Alex Iwobi. So if you want to play Alex Iwobi, if you want it to the Nigeria squad or first 11 to entertain or to suit Alex Iwobi, we need at least a defensive midfielder and a CM behind him. They are going to be doing the rough work for him, and he's going to be the brain. So
Yeah.
Alex Iwobi, we can't rule him out regardless of his poor performance in the Super Eagles. At least it's not the only one that has such performance. Same
Okay.
thing as Victor
Let's
Bosman, who has
let's
very
let's do this. Sorry, let's do this now. You are setting up the team for Hill. So, and you're going with 3-4-3-1-2 formation. Let's see your lineup. Who are you having? Goalkeeper of
one. What's the lineup again, please?
I say we're going with this Eric Hill's prototypical formation. We're going with 4-3-1-2. So who would you
Four,
put
three, one, two.
from goalkeeper to striker?
Okay, 4-3-1-2. Let me start from the right back, which is
Okay.
Olaino. Then to
Easy.
the CM, or the CM that is our captain,
Yeah.
Ekong. Then
Okay.
pair with Basse.
Okay.
Then Bruno Oyemaishe on the
Yeah.
LB. So
Okay.
in the three midfielders, so we are going to have Rafael Oyindika. Then we have um Frank Oyinka if Alex Iwobi is not available. Frank
Okay.
Oyinka. Then on the other side, we can have either Dele Bashiru or Nathan Tella there because Nathan Tella himself he plays as a right wing back also, so he's going to suit that role very well. Same thing as um, Dele Bashiru, Fikayo Dele Bashiru or Fisayo Dele Bashiru. So
Yeah.
the one that is Alex Iwobi, and the two we go with Ademola Lukman and Victor Osimhen. The reason why Ademola Lukman is going to be at that in the SS position
Yeah.
because yes, he can easily change to left wing if we need him. And Nathan Taylor, who I positioned at the right wing back, can also move to the right wing when 4-3-3 is needed. So this is going to give us the dynamism to change from 4-3-1-2 to 4-3-3, which is a perfect Eric Shelley's formation.
Okay. That seems interesting. Interesting lineup. So for me, I think that's I'm going with. I think you already know the selection. I would go with Ola right back. That picks it itself. He's
Okay.
one of the best right backs right now. I'll go with Chus Ekong for sure. And then for me, I would like to see a new face in the side. I decide Chus Ekong. So I'll go with Digo. And then Onyemati to be the left back. He's there. And then
Okay.
three midfielders. I'll go with Cristiano for sure. Rafa Benitez. And then Denisa Kinsimiro. Why I'll go with Denisa Kinsimiro as opposed to Iwobi, as opposed to other person there is because he can do two things. He can defend and he can attack and he can help control the game. Which is something that Nigeria don't really produce that much. The midfielder that can just hold the ball about you take it, give it to me, I hold it, control the game. That's how it happened in that minute. You look at now, and then in 10 row, I don't know how to I think got skill, he's got skill, he's got pace, but I think he can come up with assist as well. He's good for Atalanta, and he can be called for assist. And then the attack, I'm going with all this base and Osimhen because Osimhen, two of them give you something slightly different. It gives you that power, it gives you that pace, it gives you the goal, it gives you that, you know, battling spirit and battle with any set of central defenders and all that. And then only is at his best, where he's at his best is when he's able to combine with one of the players. That's why you see him for a of defense. Because he combines
Yes.
with
Exactly.
Florian Wirtz. Yeah. He combines with different clubs that overlap, from the midfield.
Yes.
From the, so if you have it to by his side, you can combine with now with another lookman too that will be close to him. And then you can also provide assist. Sometimes when he makes those runs, then he switches out a bit. Lookman can have that space to go into the team. So that's what I like. So all in all, I think both lineups are very interesting tonight. Eric Chill has a good pool. He has a good pool of players that he can provide and he can call up. So I want to thank you once again for being on here and having this
All right. Thank
discussion.
you so much.
Yeah, as time goes on, we'll have more programs like this. And I hope if I invite you again, when I invite you again, I'll give you a time to be with me as well. So thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for having me. Have a
All
nice
right,
day.
you're welcome. You're welcome. So viewers,
Bye.
thank you so much, viewers, for being here for the end of the stream. And I'll say, please do subscribe to the channel, notification bell so you're notified each time I go or live or put a pre-recorded video on the channel, and the notification bell as well. And we gradually are moving towards 1,000 subscribers. I think we are on 700 plus subscribers at this minute. We're gradually heading towards 1,000 subscribers. That's the goal. Keep subscribing, comment, keep the likes coming, and keep sharing the channel as well if you want, others to be part of it as well. So yeah, and I'd like to say this: there'll be a stream, two more streams coming up to this weekend. There's one is transfer talk that will be summarizing all the transfers that have taken place, involving Nigerian players. We'll be having that one as well, and we'll be having the second episode of Straight Up Chelsea, where we're talking about solutions for that Ezomaraska can, adopt, to improve Chelsea's form this season because it seems to have plummeted. And then as well, there'll be a stream for looking at the Nigeria football show. Actual stream will be on Saturday as well, and hopefully I'll be having another panelist on here We'll have a discussion about Nigerian football, chill, looking at the draws as well, the AFCON draws that are taking place, and what we think about it generally, and not just the draw involving Nigeria's group, but a draw involving other um, countries and what the implications are and who are likely winners of the AFCON. I know it's still a ways away, but we'll have a discussion on that and have a discussion on how best we think Eric Chill can approach the upcoming World Cup qualifiers, because Nigeria right now sit fifth on the table, which is just crazy, and we'll have a discussion about that. And like I said, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll be having giveaway stream, giveaway live show, and hopefully everyone joins up. So I want to talk about Victor Osimhen. I think he's been fantastic. He's been fantastic for Galatasaray. Amazing goal scoring, amazing presence for Galatasaray. That's been very good. And then Chuba Akpom as well. He hasn't had such a spectacular season as last season, but he's been okay. I think he can do with an experienced head. And if you want an interview, what he said was really important. It's not just when a player gets to 21 years, 22, 23, and he's shining for a big club, he wanted to play for you. When they're young, that's when you have to show care for these players. You have to show that you have their, you have them at heart, and you have their progress in your mind, and not just wanting them to play for you. So at this point, I've come to the end of the stream. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for being part of it and commenting, which is very important. Like I said, it's good. You love to hear me. You love to watch me speak. You love to hear me talk. But also important for me to get that feedback from you, to know what you enjoy, what you don't like, and to know your thoughts on the issues and topics that we talk about. So at this point, we've come to the end of the stream. So I'll be saying, do have a fantastic rest of your day. And like I always say, stay good and be blessed.